Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's Combo Breaker 99. I am back with another video. All right, y'all. Recently, Jessica Andrade did an interview talking about her upcoming fight with flyweight champion Valentina Shevchenko for UFC 261 on April 24th. And she made some interesting statements about her upcoming fight with Valentina. You know, she talked about the potential threat that Valentina is and the holes that she could expose in Valentina, which is something I'll talk about in another video. But I want to talk about her recent statements about the other title fight on the card between strawweight champion Weili Zhang and former strawweight champion Rose Namajunas. Going into this fight, Jessica Andrade, she actually feels like Rose is the more complete fighter, and she will go in there, use her tools, and she will get that belt back April 24th. So yeah, Jessica Andrade is picking Rose Namajunas over Weili Zhang. Now, I know that's not a popular pick. A lot of people disagree. I'm not here to disagree because I haven't made my pick yet. I'm just here to kind of disagree with her as far as feeling like Weili Zhang is not a complete fighter, which is what she kind of hinted around at in the interview that she did talking about the fight. Matter of fact, this is what she said. Weili is very strong and resistant, but Rose is more of a complete fighter and also hits hard. Furthermore, she has a reach and speed advantage, which will play an important role in that fight. It's going to be a tough one, but my bet is that Namajunas will get the belt. So yeah, she feels like Rose has more tools in her game to pull off the upset, and she kind of downplayed. I think she was downplaying Weili just a little bit, like not bashing her, but I kind of feel like she's not really looking at the evolution of Weili Zhang. You know, to me, I feel like Weili has a lot of momentum behind her. You know, she's really evolving as a fighter, and she's been able to adapt to different styles over the years. You know, over 20 something fights. You know, fights that weren't even in the UFC. She's still been getting better and better. I know we will talk about the competition, but you know, she has something about her, like her confidence level, her obsession of training. You know, she gets better and better with each fight. Rose Namajunas, she's also a near complete fighter, good, well-rounded fighter, because she grew up in the UFC at an early age. You know, 9-4. She's fought the best, beat the best, lost to the best, trains with the best. So there's a lot to her game as well that makes her, you know, a well-rounded fighter in her own way. So the only thing I disagree with her is feeling like Rose is the complete fighter here. I think that Weili is just as much of a complete fighter. You know, I think both fighters are good examples of well-rounded fighters, but in their own way. I think both are well-rounded with their particular styles and their body types. You know, Rose, long, lanky, solid striker with the ability to grapple and clinch when needed, among other things. Weili, she's good on the inside with the ability to switch up, strike from the outside, use her speed. She can take you down and dog you out. So I think that Jessica Andrade, she really wasn't looking at that evolution, because before, like 2 years ago, leading up to her fight with Weili Zhang after she beat Rose Namajunas, she felt like Rose was the weaker fighter at the time. She said, you know, Rose, you know, she could strike from the outside, but she was able to break her down easy. She made it sound easy how she was able to just score leg kicks and slow her down and eventually pick her up and slam her because she was light as a pillow, which, you know, she said in an interview 2 years ago. That's why I brought this up, because I remember. And she also said that she saw a lot of herself in Weili Zhang. You know, she feels like she sees a lot of herself in Weili Zhang. Now I'm feeling like, you know, she feels Weili should be a strong fighter. But I disagree with that, because I feel like Weili has some of the attributes that Jessica Andrade has, but she also has an IQ. She also has a skill set, you know. And I think that Andrade, you know, she would give her a little bit more respect, especially after getting stopped in one round by Weili Zhang, you know. And also seeing as how Weili Zhang showed more abilities than Jessica Andrade did against Wmma. You know, it may have been a back and forth fight with Weili and Wmma, but Weili went in there, she made the adjustments, and she made it a good, tough fight, and she was able to beat and outstrike Wmma at points in that fight. You know, I know it was controversial, but she did better than Jessica Andrade did. You know, so that just shows you that Weili Zhang has levels to her game. She, you know, she can fight off the back foot. You know, she can be relentless. She can go in there and pressure fight depending on the fighter, but she can also switch gears and, you know, make adjustments, you know, use the left hook, you know, go in there, go for takedowns, do a little bit of everything, you know. Whereas going back to the Jessica Andrade and Wmma fight, Jessica Andrade, she never had any other gears. She never had a plan B or plan C, you know, if plan A failed. You know, whenever Wmma, all Wmma had to do to beat Jessica Andrade was the jab. You know, that was the simple weapon that she had to use, was just the jab in that fight. You know, where I feel like Weili Zhang, Wmma really had to dig deep, because Weili Zhang was coming from all angles. You know, she was using different angles. You know, she was trying to take her down. You know, she was using the left hook. She was using the leg kicks. She was using a little bit of everything to show you that she is a complete fighter. So, yeah, man, I think going into this fight here, I really think that it's going to be two well-rounded fighters going at it. It's not just going to be Rose, the well-rounded fighter with the speed and reach advantage. I feel like Weili has the feints. You know, she has the strength. She can also strike from the outside. She has the kicks. She has a little bit of everything. So it's not really going to be a fight where you see Rose just take her apart or pick her apart. It's not going to be that type of fight, you know. So yeah, I think it's going to be a good fight. You know, I think it's going to be a good fight. Everybody's looking forward to. Yeah, I just wanted to kind of drop this video and talk about that statement that Jessica Andrade made, because yeah, again, like I said 2 years ago, when she talked about Rose, as far as fighting Rose, she made it seem like it was easy to dismantle Rose. And if you're a complete fighter, it's not going to be easy to dismantle you. You know what I mean? If you could just take somebody apart with leg kicks, then they're not a complete fighter. You know, if that's how you feel she was, you know. But I feel like Rose is a complete fighter. You know what I mean? I think it was just her power and Rose's loss of focus at the time. Rose's loss of focus really came into play on losing to Jessica Andrade. You know, it wasn't really like great skill that beat Rose Namajunas whenever you know, she stepped in there with Jessica Andrade. It was Rose's loss of focus, and I think a loss of focus also contributes to being a complete fighter. And when you look at Weili right now, Weili definitely has that focus, you know. So yeah, man, that's all I really wanted to talk about in this video. Let me know what y'all think, guys. Do y'all agree with Jessica Andrade? Do you feel like Jessica Andrade is right? Do you feel like Rose is more of a complete fighter? Do you agree with her pick that Rose will beat Weili? In my opinion, I haven't made my pick yet, but I think both fighters are just really good examples of well-rounded fighters in the strawweight division right now. You know, they both have their styles, but they can dip into that tool belt when they need to, and make those adjustments and get the win. And right now, you know, Weili just has a lot of momentum to give her confidence to get better and better as a fighter. You know, she's on like a 21 fight win streak, and I know not all those fights are in the UFC, but still that stands for something. And again, Rose Namajunas has a juicy resume. You know, she has all of these names, so that's another thing that helps build her up and makes her you know, great, well-rounded fighter as well. So yeah, we're gonna get an explosive fight. Definitely going to get a good explosive fight, guys. But let me know, like I said, what y'all think of Jessica Andrade's point of view of how this fight's going to go. Combo Breaker 99. I'm out. Subscribe. Peace.